Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on April the 20th. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. Only trade what you understand. The first thing for you to understand is these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Only trade what you understand. One of the things I would tell traders is trade what you see. Because if you can't see it, you can't trade it. And what I meant by see is basically understand. In other words, I can present, or anybody can present a method to you and explain it and answer your questions. But if you don't quote unquote see it, if you don't understand it, it's probably not going to work for you. You might have trouble following the method or system. You might get confused. So unless you understand it, don't even attempt to trade it. And as Deming would say, you know, if you can't explain what you're doing as a process, then you don't know what you're doing. And there's just so much truth in that. Yet I see so many traders out there just struggling because they just don't understand it. Or what they'll try to do is they'll take a method, a simple method like the Walmart method, and before they've completely understood it, before they completely, mastered it through practice, they already want to start putting squigglies on it or something else. It just baffles me. It's like, I don't know if it's an ego thing or if they think they're smarter or what, but there's just certain basics in trading and fundamentals. And if you master those simple fundamentals, chances are you don't need any of that other stuff. I mean, we've been doing the Walmart method, we've been looking at it, and it's just so simple. In fact, I even teased one of the traders out there in the Facebook group that he had made a video showing how he does, the Walmart method and base or the buy zone. Um, he's trading every hour, off of the hourly open. And I teased him. I said, "Oh, it can't be that simple. This has to be a scam." But I mean, you can see right here. You come down to this line, and what does it tell you to do? It tells you should go long right here. But, and you should go short at this line. And actually, this is the high line. So let's see, the long trigger is actually here at 40. And the short triggers, let's see, this is the pound dollar. The short trigger is really at 30 on the Walmart method. But since you have a previous H1 low here, you might want to take this breakout. And even if you did, you see price pulled back. Maybe if your stop was up here, you're okay. But we're coming up to the line again. This is a no-brainer trade. If price hits this 38.2 or maybe gets down to 38.1, it's broken it, you go short. Will it be a winner? Maybe, maybe not. That's not the point. The point is executing the plan. It's like, do you understand what to do? See, low touch alert right there. It's you entered a trade. You're in the trade. You might be up or down depending on your broker. You're probably down maybe a pip right now, either on commission, spread, or a combination of the two. And then you just wait and see what happens. And you can see we're near the daily low, 4.8 pips away. So so that means I already know we're in the rat zone. So let's just see what happens here. And the thing is, if you don't understand how this works, then you shouldn't trade it. That's all you have to do is just basically trade what you understand, trade what you see. You don't have to add anything to it. And it's slow going right now because it's let's see, if it's my local time 10, that means it's, yeah, still lunchtime in New York. Those guys take the long lunches, 11 to 2 lunches, or 11:30 to 1:30, whatever. And, looking left here, you can see it struggled. I'm on a 5-minute chart at the moment. It struggled a few times. If we flip over to the H1 chart, you can see here where price opened, it went up. So if you took that break, there was some profit, but you'd better taken it. And let's see, the high was 43.6. So there's a potential of 3.6 of profit, maybe after commission and or spread. Maybe you got 2 pips. Well, it's lunchtime. Take your 2 pips, be happy. Right now, you can see here we're 2 pips below that H1 low. Now 3. So, somebody was, what were they, challenging me to do something live, but it's like, I don't necessarily trade live. I don't do predictions, but I'm not accepting their challenge here. I'm just showing, we're trying to make the point. You have to trade what you understand. And so now you've got 5 pips, and this wasn't difficult. Candle color at the line, no biggie. Yes, and we started on the 5-minute chart, so we can go back there. If I scrunch it down once, and you can see here what's happened at this, right around this area below, before. So basically we've had 1 close below it, now 2 closes below this area. So once again, we're in that. Now that's the pivot point. And so we're 1 pip off the daily low. So we're either going to make a new daily low or it's going to reverse. So you can either take your pips off the table now, you can take some of the pips off the table, or you can move your stop loss to break even +1, which would be here. Or this would actually be entry -1 since we want short. But I always say break even because you have to factor in your commission and your spread. And then you just wait and see what happens. This isn't difficult. But we can run through some of the other charts at the moment. Let's see. Monthly, 155 pips above the monthly open now. You can see we came out of that wick zone, but now we're going right back into it. And trading what you see, I'm kind of kicking myself from last night. I looked at the charts on my phone. It was at 1.40, and I'm thinking I should short, and I didn't. But I wasn't in front of the charts. I didn't have looking at the method. I just had a hunch. And I should have followed the hunch. All gaps have filled. And the reason was, where was that? Right there. If you look to the left, you can see here how many times it's failed to close above that 1400. So when it came back down, there was opportunity there. And nearly 292 above the open. There's a previous mid dot right there. Previous day's midpoint. Yesterday was that huge explosion to the upside. You can see now we're coming back down. Inside bar traders still have some action. Range only 76, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs over 100 pips in range. We're about to take out that pivot. Today's pivot 5 pips away. Let's see if that pivot acts like a magnet. 4 pips away. Right at the daily low. Green rats, get ready, but be patient. Don't get caught. You don't want to rush it. You can see we're almost at that pivot. This is the future pivot. If price were to, if the day were to close right now, this would be tomorrow's pivot. I added that code to that indicator, and just in case you're wondering, it's the SDK pivots that I modified. And here's the pivots. You can see the daily, just 3 pips away so far. We've got a missed pivot from today, missed pivot from yesterday, couple from February. Oh, let me go in and show you the weekly. So far, we've missed by 28 pips. It looks like it might take that out. I don't know. It has a long way to travel. It's going to have to turn red to take it out. Monthly's already been taken out. In and out of that upper wick zone, you can see right there at 92. And the frequency distribution on the range, you can see we're in hour 20 on a Tuesday. This is not the time to trade this pair with the Walmall method, because you just don't have the kind of range that you're or the statistics that you're kind of, you're batting like 50-50, 4-4 here. Almost at the 30 line, which is the Walmall short, but we took the previous H1 low short because that was closer. And a lot of times these breakouts of the previous H1 high and low are huge. And I can switch this over to the 1 hour chart, and then you can see it right here. H1, previous low minus low, currently 8 pips. We had a 12 pip and a 9 pip, and these two didn't break it. And on the upside, you can see we had a 12 pip, and these didn't break it. So once again, that's just trading what I see here. And once again, if you don't see it, you really can't trade it. You know, it's just like with the pivots. In fact, I created a missed pivot multimeter that I'll probably be releasing. In fact, I just made some updates on it this morning, make it a little more user friendly, because I like to use pivots on the upper time frames as a bias, so I'll know which way to trade towards. So, fellow traders, you have to trade and only trade what you understand. If you don't understand stochastics, linear regression, you know, revert to the mean, any of that stuff, there's no point in trading it because you don't understand it, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.